The rain hits turf more like shards of glass. It's cold, it's hostile, the kind of November night where Premier League dreams go to die. Burnley fans roar as if the stadium itself wants to swallow Chelsea alive. The lights flicker through the fog, boots scrape against the muddy turf, and every player feels the weight of a league that doesn't forgive softness. And then, a young Brazilian steps onto the pitch. Broad shoulders, steady breathing, eyes locked forward. No fear, no hesitation, only purpose. This is Andrey Santos, a player the Premier League didn't take seriously. A name English football knew, but didn't respect. A talent labeled as too young, not ready, not strong enough for the league. Tonight, all of that was about to change. Because every once in a generation, a player emerges who doesn't announce himself with flashy skills, viral highlights, or Instagram moments. He announces himself with something far more dangerous: control, presence, authority. And in those 90 minutes against Burnley, Andrey Santos didn't just play football. He issued a warning shot to the entire continent. A warning that Europe, until now, had absolutely no idea was coming. Before the Premier League stadiums, before the lights, before the pressure of multi-million-pound signings, there was Vila Aliança, a small community inside Bangu, Rio de Janeiro, a place more familiar with struggle than with opportunity. A place where football isn't a hobby. It's oxygen. And it was there on May 3, 2004, that André Nascimento dos Santos was born. Not into wealth, not into privilege, not into a family planning a future football star. He entered the sport because he had a problem. He was overweight. His grandmother, Dona Sueli, signed him up for futsal so he could lose weight. Not to become a prodigy, not to change the world, just to get healthy. But that small indoor court lit a fuse. Futsal sharpened him like a blade. Tight space ball control, lightning fast decision, making quick first touch, spatial awareness, anticipation under pressure. At just 7 years old, his life changed again. He joined Vasco da Gama, one of Brazil's greatest academies, the same place that shaped Coutinho, Douglas Luiz, Alex Teixeira. At São Januário, he didn't find just a club. He found a home. He studied there, ate there, grew up there. Vasco raised me, he would say years later. They made me a football player and a man. Coaches quickly realized something unusual. This kid wasn't normal. He handled pressure like someone 10 years older. He played against older groups and didn't sink, he shined. The foundation of a leader had been laid. By 2022, Vasco was in the Brazilian second division, a giant stuck in a dark era. And then the manager, Zé Ricardo, made a decision that shocked the league. He gave the heart of the midfield to an 18-year-old, André Santos. What followed felt like the birth of a star. 33 games, 8 goals, countless recoveries, command, maturity, direction. On June 7th, he became the youngest player in Vasco history to score in a national competition. Brazil noticed. Europe noticed. He wasn't hype. He wasn't marketing. He was performance. People compared him to Casemiro, Michael, and Jude Bellingham. But the truth? He didn't play like any of them. He played like André Santos. January 2023. Colombia. U20 South American Championship. A tournament full of stars, but leaderless. Until Brazil handed the armband to an 18-year-old. And he took the tournament apart. He scored against Peru, Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, and Uruguay in the final. He finished as top scorer, tournament MVP, champion, captain. At that moment, Europe didn't just notice him. It marked him. But while the whole world was celebrating, another plot twist was waiting. January 6, 2023. Chelsea announced the signing of André Santos for €12.5 million. The tour at Stamford Bridge happened. The photos were taken. Everything was ready. Except one thing, the work permit. He missed qualification by one single point. 1 point. He had arrived in Europe, but he couldn't play a single minute. He was stuck. So, he returned to Brazil, played the U20 tournament, played for Vasco, debuted for the senior national team, and still couldn't play for Chelsea. Football can be beautiful. It can also be cruel. August 25, 2023. Loaned to Nottingham Forest. He was excited. He felt ready. My dream was always to play in the Premier League. He debuted, 45 minutes, and then vanished. 59 days without playing. One more appearance, 19 minutes versus Liverpool. Total, 96 minutes in 5 months. Forest manager Steve Cooper later explained, "He's very good, but very few players that age play regularly in the Premier League. Translation: Forest preferred using £50 million midfielders instead of developing André. Chelsea had loaned 43 players to 14 countries. He was just another number, another asset, another forgotten name. Chelsea recalled him, sent him again, this time to Strasbourg. New country, new language, new chance, and finally, he played 11 matches, a crucial goal versus Metz. Young Player of the Month, March 2024. Patrick Vieira praised him. He has maturity beyond his age. Chelsea extended the loan. Now the real transformation began. A new manager, Liam Rosenior, saw star, and André delivered. 32 League One games, 10 goals, 3 assists, 58 duels won, more than anyone in the league. 35 blocks, top 10 among all midfielders. Then, the moment of truth. At only 20 years old, he became captain of Strasbourg, the youngest in 75 years. Rosenior said, "I call him Donga. He plays like he's 32. And he did. He commanded games, controlled tempo, broke lines, led teammates. He didn't look like a kid. He looked like a general." 943 days after signing, the debut, Club World Cup, against ES Tunis. 3-0 win. Not brilliant, just solid. Months later, his first Chelsea goal in the League Cup against Wolves. He accumulated 13 matches, 8 Premier League appearances, 3 continental matches. But still no Premier League start. Until Burnley. November 22nd, 2025. Caicedo rested. Lavia injured. Chelsea desperate for a win. Maresca looks at the bench and says, "André, today is yours." 1,045 days later, his first Premier League start. Burnley attacked like wolves. Long balls, hard tackles, pressing like their lives depended on it. Perfect chaos, perfect battlefield. And there, in the fire, Andrey Santos didn't drown. He thrived. Interception at 6 minutes. Blocks. Perfect positioning. Strength in duels. Winning the midfield like it belonged to him. By halftime, the fight had changed. By the final whistle, Chelsea won 2-0. The internet exploded. Man of the match. He controlled everything. He has to play more. This was the André Brazil promised. Pedro Neto summed it up. He was unbelievable. But the most important part? Chelsea didn't miss Caicedo. This performance didn't make him an automatic starter, but it proved something far more important. He is Premier League ready. A kid who survived. 3 countries, 4 clubs, failed loans, expectations, silence, being forgotten, being doubted. And yet plays with composure, maturity, and intelligence far beyond his age. The question now isn't, is André Santos good enough for Chelsea? Burnley already answered that. The real question is, will Chelsea allow him to keep proving it? Because he isn't. The new Eshant, new Kasemirov, next anything. He is the first André Santos. The boy who lost weight playing futsal, learned to think in tiny spaces, became a leader at Vasco. Captain Brazil was sold before playing, waited, was loaned, was forgotten, was reborn in France, returned, sat on the bench, and when the moment came, delivered. Not flashy, not arrogant, not loud, but solid, surgical, reliable, ready. England should pay attention. Europe should pay attention. Because André Santos is not arriving. He's already here. And this is only the beginning.